Ever felt like you know a word when you read it, but then poof, it just vanishes from your mind when you actually try to use it, like in a real conversation?
Oh, absolutely. That passive versus active gap.
Exactly. Or maybe you find yourself stuck, sort of reaching for the same few good words over and over, even when you know there are better, richer alternatives out there.
It's a common hurdle.
Well, today we're taking a real deep dive into the world of advanced English vocabulary. And our mission, really, it isn't just about, memorizing more words. It's about mastering them.
That's the key word, mastering.
Yeah, using them naturally, fluently, and with the kind of precision that truly elevates your communication no matter the situation.
Right. And we've gathered quite a bit of material for this. Insights from language education experts, solid vocabulary lists, and importantly, observations from real learners. We're aiming to give you a clear roadmap.
A roadmap, I like that.
Yeah. We'll unpack the why bother with a richer vocabulary. Then the how do you make these words actually stick? And also how to sidestep those common pitfalls that can, trip up even pretty advanced speakers.
Okay, great. So this is all about turning that passive knowledge that I think I know that word feeling into active, confident language you can actually use.
Exactly. Impactful language use.
Okay, so let's unpack this first part for you, our listener. Yeah. Why should we put in the effort? I mean, really put in the work to expand our vocabulary beyond just the basics. What's the actual payoff? It's not just about sounding smart, is it?
No, not at all. That's just scratching the surface. The benefits are much deeper and more varied.
Like what, for instance?
Well, Promova, one of our sources, really highlights how crucial vocabulary is for both comprehension and fluency. Think about reading.
Okay.
When you know roughly, say, 95% of the words on a page, your brain can actually stop that hard work of decoding word by word.
Right, like sounding it out mentally.
Exactly. And instead, it starts truly enjoying the content. You get immersed, you grasp complex ideas more easily, your understanding just deepens.
So it makes reading less of a chore and more seamless. It actually frees up your brain power.
Precisely. Less cognitive load. Your brain isn't wrestling with the words, it's processing the meaning, the nuance.
Okay.
And the same thing happens when you speak. That fluency means the right word isn't buried somewhere. It's like right there.
Up the tip of your tongue.
Exactly. So your thoughts flow more naturally with less effort, less hesitation. It can really transform a conversation.
Oh, I definitely know that feeling of searching for a word. It just breaks the whole flow. Yeah. So, okay, beyond that personalise, what about more sort of formal situations?
Ah, yes. J. Forrest English really emphasizes this. A wide vocabulary is, well, essential for things like job interviews, big presentations, or exams like the IELTS.
High stakes stuff.
Totally. In those contexts, you just can't keep using the same basic words. It really diminishes your impact, makes you sound less articulate than you probably are.
All right, less professional, perhaps.
Absolutely. A richer vocabulary lets you express subtle differences, sound more polished, more precise. And Promova also points out something fascinating about advanced vocabulary like idioms, phrasal verbs,
There's
collocations.
natural word pairings.
Yeah, like make a decision, not do a decision.
Yeah.
These often carry cultural nuances, humor, history, even attitude. Things that get totally lost in direct translation.
Wow, so it's like unlocking another layer of the language and the culture behind it.
Exactly. It enriches your understanding and your expression.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for you listening. Let's look at some concrete examples. How can picking just a slightly different word instantly upgrade how you sound? J. Forrest English has some great comparisons.
Yeah, these are fantastic. And it's not about using bigger words just because. They're often more precise. They carry a specific weight. Take show. Very common word.
Yep, Use it all the time.
But if you're presenting data and you say, the data clearly demonstrated the trend, demonstrated implies something methodical, evidence-based.
Ah, okay. So it's stronger than just showed. It's like you've proven it.
Exactly. It signals more rigor, or take improve, good word, but enhance,
Hmm.
especially for design or quality or experience. It suggests making something better more deliberately, maybe more artfully. They enhanced the product design.
Right, like refinement, thoughtful refinement.
Precisely. And instead of just thinking about options, you can consider them. Consider implies deeper reflection, weighing things up more carefully.
So you should consider all the options. It sounds much more thoughtful than just think about them.
It does. And there are more, like say can become state. He stated his opinion clearly. Sounds more formal, often used in writing.
Okay.
Talk about becomes discuss. Let's discuss the next steps. Implies a more structured conversation.
More purposeful.
Yeah. Live becomes reside in official contexts. He resides in. Change can be modify, suggesting a smaller, maybe less confrontational alteration.
Oh, that's useful. Modify sounds gentler sometimes.
Yeah. It can. Reduce can become minimize, lowering something as much as possible. Minimize the risk. Stop can be cease. The noise ceased, more formal, often written, and try can be attempt, which suggests a more serious effort, maybe against difficulty. He attempted to solve the puzzle.
Wow. Okay, you can really see how these aren't just synonyms. They carry different shades of meaning, different levels of formality or intensity. Understanding these helps you speak more precisely and understand others better, especially in professional settings.
Absolutely. It's about articulation, both expressing it and understanding it. And we can also flip this around, actively avoid those overused, kind of weak
Oh,
words.
yeah, like amazing for everything.
Right. Instead of amazing, try incredible, astonishing, breathtaking. They paint a more specific picture instead of just nice.
Pleasant, lovely.
Delightful, perfect. Easy could be effortless or straightforward. Hard, especially for physical stuff, could be challenging, strenuous,
Mm,
arduous.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Sounds
Yeah.
tough.
It does. Instead of bad, meaning harmful, use detrimental. Smoking has detrimental effects. It lands harder.
Much more impactful than just bad effects.
Yeah. Important can be crucial, significant, vital, essential. Funny could be hilarious, or if it's clever humor, witty.
Witty, yeah, that's specific.
Big could be substantial, enormous, massive. Small could be tiny, minor, compact, modest. Using these stronger words just packs more punch, makes you sound more vivid, less repetitive.
So, what this all boils down to for you listening is that it's not just about using bigger words, it's about using the right words, the precise words for the context. In English, it can be really tricky with words that sound similar or seem interchangeable but aren't.
Oh, definitely. Nuance is everything. This is where understanding those subtle differences really makes you sound advanced. Jay Forrest has some great examples of these super confusing words.
Okay, hit me with one.
All right. Persuade versus convince. They feel similar, right?
Very similar. I probably use them interchangeably.
Many people do. But technically, convince is more about changing someone's mind or belief. He convinced me it was a bad idea. You change their opinion.
Okay, belief. Got it.
Persuade is more about getting someone to take an action. She persuaded me to give her a ride. The result is doing something.
Belief versus action. That's a clear distinction, actually. Subtle, but clear.
It is. While convince gets used more broadly now, knowing the difference adds precision.
Okay, what's another tricky pair? Fast and quick. They seem identical.
Almost. But there's a nuance. Fast usually refers to high speed over a distance. A fast car. She runs fast.
Sustained speed.
Right. Quick is more about something happening in a short time, a quick snack, but it also strongly implies rapidity and sudden movement, like agility.
Agility. How so?
Think of trying to catch something small and darting. You'd say, wow, that squirrel's really quick. It's about its sudden, agile movements, not just its top speed.
Ah, I see. Quickness has that element of suddenness, responsiveness. Fast is more about velocity. That clicks.
Exactly. Then there's amiable versus amicable.
Oh boy. They sound alike.
They do. Amiable describes a person friendly, pleasant. She has an amiable personality.
Okay, amiable person.
Amicable describes a situation or relationship, especially an ending, as friendly. They had an amicable divorce, an amicable agreement.
Situation, right. Amiable person, amicable situation.
Yeah.
Got it. That clears it up.
Good. Another pair. Eavesdrop versus overhear.
Okay, I think I know this one. Eavesdrop is intentional.
Yes. Intentional listening to a private conversation without them knowing. It usually sounds negative, like snooping.
And overhear is accidental.
Exactly. You hear something without intending to. I overheard them talking on the bus. You weren't trying to listen in.
Right. One is deliberate, one's accidental. But let me ask, couldn't you overhear something that still feels like eavesdropping to the person speaking? Like if they're talking loudly in a quiet place?
That's a brilliant point. Yes. The dictionary definitions are clear intent matters, but the social perception, totally different. If someone's yelling personal stuff on their phone next to you, you're technically overhearing, but it feels intrusive, right?
Yeah, feels like forced listening.
Exactly. So, context, volume, the perceived privacy of the chat, those matter just as much as your intent. It's about social awareness, too.
That's a really important layer. Okay, one more pair. Deny versus refuse.
Okay. To deny means to say something isn't true. He denied the accusations. Or it means to not allow something. My request for leave was denied.
Truth or permission.
Right. To refuse means you will not accept something or will not do something. She refused the offer. He refused to answer.
Willingness or acceptance.
Spot on. Deny is about truth permission. Refuse is about willingness acceptance.
Wow. Grasping these differences really adds that precision we talked about. It makes you sound so much more intentional with your words. But, even when we know the right word, it's easy to fall into bad habits or make common mistakes.
Oh, absolutely. Linguistic ruts. Even native speakers have them.
So let's talk about those pitfalls. Avoiding these common errors can make a huge difference in how fluent and credible you sound. What should we maybe try to remove or correct?
This is super practical stuff. Jay Forrest has great examples. First, some grammatical traps. You never say advices. Advice is uncountable.
Like information.
Exactly. It's always singular. Thanks for the advice. Or some pieces of advice.
Got it. No face. What else?
Recommend me a book. It should be recommend something to someone. So recommend this book to me.
Okay, add the two.
And please, never say irregardless. It's not a real word in standard English, just regardless.
Good to know. Irregardless is out.
Definitely. Also, countries like the United States, the UK need the I visited the United States. Don't drop the article.
Right. What about slangy things?
The phrase you are rock. It should be you rock, using rock as a verb. You rocked that presentation.
Okay, you rock. Like it.
Yeah. Also, I went to home is usually wrong for your own home. Just I went home. But you do say I went to her home.
Ah, okay. No two from my home.
Correct. And similarly, omit the before routine places like work, school, church. She goes to work, not to the work.
Makes sense. Routine places.
Instead of let's make a rest, say let's take a break. And I walk with my dog suggests you're just walking alongside. If you're responsible for taking it out, say, I walk my dog.
Implies responsibility.
And a common error structure. Thanks your teacher for help me should be thanks teacher for helping me, or thank you teacher for your help.
Those are subtle, but definitely things native speakers notice. What about words that are just weak? Maybe grammatically okay, but they don't help your message.
Yeah, disempowering or vague language. Try is often weak. It lacks commitment.
Sounds hesitant.
It does. Swap it for will or committed to. I will improve. Sounds much stronger than I'll try to improve.
Okay, be decisive.
Right. And I don't know, used generally can sound defeatist. Try, I'm confident I can learn or I'll find out. And with can't, just add yet. I can't do this yet. It completely changes the outlook.
Oh, I love that. Yet, so simple, so powerful, turns a limitation into a goal.
Exactly. Then there's good. It's just so vague.
It means nothing sometimes.
Pretty much. Instead of the meeting was good, add specifics. The meeting was productive. We achieved X and Y. Or use a stronger adjective. Same with interesting. It can be confusing because we often use it politely when we mean something negative.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Meaning I hate it.
Exactly. So if you mean positive, use fascinating, intriguing, captivating. If negative, maybe uninspiring or tedious. Be clear.
Good advice. Avoid ambiguity.
Also, cut back on really, it's overused. Use stronger single words. Really tired, try exhausted, really busy, try swamped or overwhelmed.
More vivid.
Definitely. Shall is mostly outdated now, except maybe in questions like shall we go. Use should for advice or obligation. And must. Reserve it for strong official rules. You must have a passport. For general obligations, need to or have to sound more natural. You need to finish this report.
Okay. Must is for serious rules. And fine, that's another tricky one, isn't it?
Very tricky. If someone asks how your food is and you say it's fine, it usually means not great.
Right. Damning with faint praise.
Exactly. If it's actually good, say good, great, delicious. Fine, thanks. It's okay as a quick, polite response to how are you when no real answer is expected. Also, politeness. Avoid the blunt where's the toilet. Use restroom in public places, bathroom in a home.
Good social tip.
And generally use people as the plural of person. Reserve persons for very formal, legal, or official notices. Capacity, 10 persons. But normally, there were 10 people.
Okay. People for every day. One last thing.
Just a pronunciation note. How is it going? Often gets contracted in fast natural speech to sound like, how's it going?
How's it going? Got it. Wow. Okay, that's a lot to chew on.
Yeah.
But you can see how tweaking these specific words and phrases makes a huge difference. It's about those details that really signal advanced, confident speaking.
Absolutely. Precision and naturalness.
So we have all these potential new words, these nuances, these pitfalls to avoid.
Yeah.
How do we actually move words from just recognizing them passively to actively using them confidently in everyday life? How do we make them stick?
The golden question. This is where we bridge the gap. And research, like from Academy publication on advanced students, plus insights from learner communities like Reddit, gives us some really good clues.
Okay, what are the clues?
Well, first, advanced learners tend to use a wide variety of sources to find new words, like over 6 different types on average.
6. Wow. Like what?
The internet is big, obviously YouTube, even games. But also traditional stuff. Teachers, books, dictionaries, TV, radio, they're all still vital. The key takeaway, varied exposure. Don't rely on just one thing.
Okay, mix it up. Makes sense. Encounter words in different ways, different contexts.
Exactly. And here's something interesting. The more proficient students actually tend to use fewer kinds of learning strategies overall.
Fewer. That seems counterintuitive.
It does. But think about it. It suggests they've figured out what works for them and ditched the methods that weren't effective. They've become more strategic, more efficient learners.
Ah, okay. They've refined their process,
Mm.
quality over quantity of strategies.
Precisely. They focus on what delivers results for them.
So, what does work according to the research?
Yeah.
What strategies are effective?
For memory, especially spelling and pronunciation, things like creating mental links, using your imagination, and good old repetition like rewriting are effective. But for meaning, which is often the trickiest part,
Yeah, just knowing the definition isn't enough.
right, you need more diverse strategies, making connections between your native language and English, and actively using the word, writing sentences, paragraphs, short texts with it in context. That's really helpful.
So you have to grapple with it, put it to work.
You do. Cognitive strategies also help, like underlining or highlighting words when you read, and systematic repetition. And here's a reality check. Even advanced learners still use compensation strategies.
Like what?
Guessing intelligently from context, sometimes avoiding a word they're unsure of and using a synonym or a simpler term. It shows that learning and refining word use is an ongoing process, even for experts.
That's actually quite reassuring. You don't have to be perfect instantly.
Not at all. And many techniques, like those Promova suggests, align perfectly with this. Spaced repetition is huge algorithms figure out the best time to show you a word again right before you forget it.
Like smart flashcards.
Exactly. Active retrieval, forcing yourself to recall the word, maybe explaining it to someone, deep processing, engaging multiple senses, say it, write it, maybe even act it out.
Get physical with it.
Yeah. Interleaving, mixing up vocabulary with grammar, listening, reading keeps your brain sharp. Elaborative encoding, making associations, visual or verbal links. And mnemonic imagery, creating vivid, maybe funny mental pictures. Emotion helps things stick.
Those sound much more engaging than just staring at a list.
Yeah.
What about practical, everyday things our listener can do, like right now? What do other learners suggest?
Great question. On places like Reddit, learners share really practical tips. Things like keeping a diary in English, reading news from different kinds of sources, listening to podcasts or audiobooks where you actually hear more advanced vocabulary being used naturally.
Immersive learning.
Right. And then purposefully writing, maybe short paragraphs or essays, deliberately incorporating those new words you're trying to learn. It's all about active integration into your own communication.
Making it your language, not just something you recognize. Okay, and in this day and age, how can technology give us a boost? Make this whole process maybe a bit more engaging or efficient.
Oh, technology can be a massive help here. Promova mentions tools like apps using those smart spaced repetition algorithms we talked about. They automate the review schedule for you.
Takes the guesswork out of it.
Totally. Browser extensions are cool too. Things like Vocabulary Highlighter can put translations or definitions right onto web pages you're already reading.
Wait, so I could be reading the news online or even watching Netflix with subtitles, and these extensions would highlight tricky words and give me info.
Exactly. It turns your everyday browsing or viewing into a dynamic learning opportunity. Passive consumption becomes active learning, almost effortlessly.
That's brilliant. That lowers the barrier to entry so much.
It really does. Voice assistants, too. You can ask Alexa or Siri to quiz you on new words while you're cooking or commuting. Turns dead time into review time.
Micro bursts of recall, you call that.
Yeah. And AI chat partners. You can have free flowing conversations and get instant feedback on your word choices right in context. Like a patient tutor.
Wow, that sounds incredibly useful for practicing using the words.
It is. Even smart notifications can help getting a prompt for a quick 30-second review during that time of day, you usually zone out, like the mid afternoon slump.
Okay, Tech offers some powerful tools. What about more hands-on activities? Maybe things we can do away from a screen.
Promoba has some fun ideas there too, like the 5 sentence story challenge. Pick 5 new words, weave them into a tiny story where they're essential, then read it aloud.
Combines creativity, context, and speaking.
Nice. Yeah. Or collocation bingo. Make a grid of words. A friend hauls out common partners, collocates. You mark matches, and then make sentences using them. And for boosting recall, try a picture word walkthrough. Look at photos on your phone or just walk around your room. And for each object or action, try to connect it, even abstractly, to a recent vocabulary word you've learned. Say the word.
Strengthens those mental connections.
Okay.
And we focused a lot on single words, but J-Forced English also reminds us about mastering phrases and idioms, right? That's key for sounding natural.
Absolutely essential. Knowing those ready to use chunks makes a huge difference. Everyday conversational phrases like will do, keep me in the loop, ASAP, no worries, let's catch up. You rock.
The glue of conversation.
Exactly. And phrasal verbs, especially common ones like with get ahead, get along with, get away, get over, get together, get rid of. They're everywhere.
You can't avoid get a phrasal verbs.
You really can't. And idioms, of course. Things like break a leg, spill the beans, hit the hay, bite the bullet, hit the jackpot, cost an arm and a leg.
Using these correctly really shows you're comfortable and fluent in the language, connected to the culture.
Wow, what an incredibly thorough deep dive that was. Seriously. From digging into tiny nuances between words like persuade and convince, to dodging those common grammar traps, and then exploring all these powerful learning strategies and tech tools, we've covered so much ground.
We really have. And I think the main takeaway, hopefully, is that building this rich, active vocabulary isn't just about brute force memorization. It's not just about knowing more words.
Right. It's more sophisticated than that. It really is. It's the result of smart strategies like spaced repetition, but also deeply engaging with words in meaningful ways across different contexts. And crucially, actively, deliberately using them. Don't just learn words, own them. Make them a natural, confident part of how you communicate.
Own them. I love that. So, for your own challenge this week, listening in, we want you to pick one thing, maybe one new word, one tricky distinction, one phrase, or one idiom we talked about today, and make it your mission to actively integrate it.
Yeah, use it.
How will you make it stick? Would you try that 5 sentence story? Quiz yourself. Maybe use that AI chat partner. Or just consciously drop it into conversation a few times. Whatever you choose, keep exploring, keep questioning those nuances, and keep making those powerful connections.